Hello, the winter is upon us. Are you going to be a winter soldier? Catch you inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. Hope you're enjoying the channel and the series. Please subscribe and hit the notifications bell down there somewhere. So in this video I'm discussing, yes, the onset of winter here in the Northern Hemisphere. Of course, I know for those in the Southern Hemisphere, you're just getting into spring, into the summer. Now, in southern England, this very early morning, we had some snow. Yes, the first of the year. A bit of a cold wind blew in from the east, and gave us a bit of a cold snap. And we got our first taste of snow, or just a little sprinkling, a little dusting of snow. Yes, in England we tend to have just a half an inch or an inch of snow, and the whole country comes to a standstill. But nothing so severe as yet. Now, for us who love riding on two wheels, snow can be a bit of a problem for everyday riding, commuting, that kind of thing, even going off on the trails, because it can get a little bit slippery. Now, for many of you around the world, I already know that you've had to put your bikes away already for the winter, especially in Canada, North America, that kind of thing, in certain places where the winter has come early, snow has already fallen. But in the UK, we have cold winters, but they're usually kind of damp and miserable and wet affairs rather than freezing cold winters. Now, we do have our cold days, of course, and we do have our freezing days, but nothing so severe to be under a blanket of snow for 3 months. So this poses the question, when should you carry on riding your bike during the winter, and when should you just put it away and cover it in blankets and put a little heater in the shed as well to keep it all nice and toasty for the winter? Yes, put your bike into hibernation until the spring comes again. Well, really, this is down to you as an individual, isn't it? It's down to you, or what kind of riding you want to do. If you want to chance it during the winter, or you just want to, cut your losses and say no more. Now, it really depends on what kind of conditions you're going to get. Now, I tend to ride all year round, but obviously I have my own limitations as well. If there's ice on the road, or if there's lots of snow, then I'm tending not to go out on the bike. Certainly not out on the road. So I may hit a trail or two, but nothing so regular as just going out on normal roads. But the winter does have lots of dry days, lots of sunny days, lots of great riding days. Yes, it's really cold, but it's still great to get out on the two wheels. So it really depends, obviously, where you're riding, what time of year you're riding, and what the conditions are. Now, I say lots of people will put their bikes away for the winter into that hibernation mode. The problem with that you tend to lose that experience of winter riding, but you also tend to lose that bit of proficiency as well during the winter. And then you come back into the spring, and then guess what? Lots of people suddenly get their bikes out of the garages or out of the sheds, and then get back onto the road, and they're all excited, and they end up falling off their bikes really quickly. Yes, that is a known phenomenon. Yes, there is an accident spike in spring when everybody gets their bikes out. Now, that happens all over the world where they have winters, and there's a dramatic reduction in motorcycle activity during the winter, and then it all comes alive again in the spring. Now, some of my best riding experiences, I should say, have come during the winter. You can have really dry roads, there's a crisp air, clear blue skies, and it's just a fantastic ride. Sometimes not much traffic on the roads, and certainly not many bikes on the road, so you can just get a clear run on a road, and it's just absolutely fantastic. But obviously it can be pretty cruddy as well. You've got your bike, it can get covered in road crud, that is. You have to be conscious of washing your bike regularly, washing the road salt off, all the chemicals off that come off the road. You have to protect your bike possibly with a product like ACF 50 or something like that. So there's lots of things to consider when riding in the winter. Now, you have to wrap up warm and get all winter riding gear, but you have to be especially careful of the conditions. It might be wet, it might be really cold, icy. Depending on your route, you might encounter wet patches, some icy patches, so on and so forth. Fog, freezing fog. So lots to consider. And then obviously if you consider heavy rain, high winds, heavy falling snow, it's enough to make you go, "Brr, that's a bit too cold for me." But I would say to anybody, really just take it on a day-to-day basis. Yes, put your bike away or don't ride it if you don't feel comfortable going out in a certain set of conditions, but there'll always be a certain day or a few days here and there where you'll be able to get your bike out, wrap up warm, and just go for a good old jolly around the roads, around the back roads, around the lanes, and get out on the highway and have a bit of fun. Anyway, so if you want to be a winter soldier this coming winter, then all I can say is just get on your bike and get on out there if it suits you and if the conditions will allow. Right. Hope you enjoy this one. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about winter riding and all that kind of stuff, and what kind of things that will stop you riding and put your bike away for the winter. Anyway, catch you on the next video, whenever that is. Please subscribe, hit the notifications bell, down there, up there, down there, whatever, and catch you on the next one. Cheers.